Hi, this is Professor Favors, American Literature, Emily Dickinson, five poems. So we're only going to look at five poems of Emily Dickinson. Of course, there are many more. Some are dealing with her relationship to nature. Others are dealing with her relationship or perception of death. And then the last one is dealing with the contrast between truth. So let's begin. All right, this lecture is subject to fair use. All right, so Tell All the Truth but Tell It Slant is one of those poems that I really, really love. I usually like to put the poem on the board so you could see um, how we look at it. So Tell All the Truth but Tell It Slant. I'm going to read it first and then go over it. Tell all the truth but tell it slant. Success in circuit lies, too bright for our infirm delight, the truth's superb surprise. As lightning to the children eased, with explanation kind, the truth must dazzle gradually, or every man be blind. Okay, so this is a one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8 line stanza. And the first thing you want to pay attention to is the contrast or the difference between truth. There's a lowercase truth, and then there's a uppercase truth. The lowercase truth and the uppercase truth and difference means it's a type of truth that you have to tell somebody for them to understand. Because sometimes the truth that you try to tell someone may be too much for them. So tell all the truth, but tell it slant. Tell it in such a way that they can understand it for where they are in their current capacity, their current learning capacity. And see, there's this long hyphen. So now we're going to explain how you're going to tell it slant. So success in circuit lies. There's it's like how people tell something in a roundabout way because they are afraid to tell the person straight. They A lot of people say, okay, tell me the truth, but as soon as you try to tell them the truth, they don't like that truth. So success, you could have more success in telling them in a roundabout way, which likely becomes filtered. It's almost like, remember, in class one teacher would tell one student one thing and then tell that student to tell the next student behind her the same thing. By the time you got to the end of the class, the student who got the last part of it has a completely different meaning. So when you're telling something slant in a way that they can understand, it's going to lose its meaning. But success, you can still have success in telling it in a roundabout or circuitous way. So the reason why you have to do that is because the truth, little t, is too bright for their infirm delight. Delight meaning that there's so much zeal and enthusiasm, but their delight is infirm. Infirm meaning sickness. It's not fully developed. You can have so much delight to kind of do something, but miss some of the issues that you have with yourself in order for you to sustain it. So it could be like if you think about the rappers today, the new age rappers, they want to make it and get fame and power and money. They are so enthusiastic and delighted to do all that kind of stuff, but there's still some triggering issues that you see with them. When someone provokes them, they go crazy, right? Crazy may not be the right word, but they shout and yell or they fight as if they're on a reality TV show. Well, reality TV shows are staged. You living real life. So there was a delight to make it, but then you have this bad reputation on social media or in society that is affecting your delight. So the truth of something can be too bright for a person with an infirm delight. with a sixth soul, right? The soul selects her own society with a sixth soul. The truth in uppercase, superb surprise, means that the little t was too much for them to the point that they couldn't even take the uppercase t, truth. Truth could also mean absolute. There's truths, right? Tell all the truth, but tell it slant. And then there's an a divine capital T truth, or a higher authority capital T truth. And so it's a surprise to them because they're not expecting that type of truth. And then as lightning to the children ease with explanation kind. So the way I understand this is, think about kids when they hear lightning and they ask what it is. How does the sky create lightning? Well, you don't know the technical details of how to explain it to them. So whenever you hear parents say, after a kid asks, "Why does the sky rain?" the parent will say, "Well, that's God crying. That's God crying." And so that's their way of trying to explain it to them, because they're children in their mindset. They can't get it like we would get it as an adult. The irony is we're still not really able to explain why the sky really rains, right? There are some aspects of what we learned in a science class, but we still wouldn't know the true technical details of it, unless we took all of those classes ourselves. So, as lightning to the children ease, the truth is superb surprise, and as lightning to the children ease with explanation kind. Be kind as you are explaining truth. Not everybody is going to understand it. Some people are infirmed in their understanding. Some people take truth as a very superb surprise, and then other people are children in their understanding. They're still in a capacity of an understanding that they cannot overcome yet. So be kind with how you explain truth. And then the truth must dazzle gradually, or every man be blind. So if you don't exercise some sort of kindness in how you explain it, and then not only lowercase truth, but uppercase truth, in terms of uh, gradually dazzling them, moving them from an infirm delight to a gradual dazzle of the truth, then they may decide to just be blind altogether. It's like when you're trying to put too much truth on somebody and they just can't take it, and so they walk away. But if you were kind, if you were, if you took them through steps, they would be more likely to receive it and not choose to be blind. Or every man be blind is a choice. If you're not physically blind, literally blind, and you choose not to understand something, you are choosing to be blind on purpose. However, a person can still be blind and still choose to be blind in their understanding. So tell all the truth, but tell it slant. Tell all of it. There's still an all aspect of it, but you may have to tell parts of it, which is success in circuit lies, too bright for our infirm delight, the truth superb surprise, lightning to the children ease with explanation kind, the truth may dazzle gradually. You may have to tell it in different parts, but if you are kind in how you do it, they won't choose to be blind. Now, you can still tell all the truth, whether it's straight or slant, and a person can still choose to be blind. Think about the first part. The first four lines is sort of like a problem. Like there's a problem that you need to solve. So telling something in circuit is not always, getting the person to fully understand, um, um, understanding that they are infirm in their delight, or that their children would also have an issue. But the solution again is still to tell it with ease, tell it with kindness, tell it gradually, take them through steps, life steps. so they won't be blind. So that's tell all the truth, but tell it blind. All right, so this is the end of the presentation. Emily Dickinson resources. There's a whole museum. There's contact information as well as a um, Emily Dickinson timeline. Thank you very much for listening.